Carly, it's so good to see you again this week.
You too, Sarah.
How has it been? How's your past week gone for you?
It's been pretty good. Yeah, it's been good. I've been thinking about, I just feel like I was thinking about our last meeting and I got kind of frustrated because I feel like all of this shame and the guilt about pornography that are being imposed on me is from family and friends, and it's kind of misguided because I feel like this is a natural feeling that I have, and I just feel like it's unfair of them to label me like that, and I feel like it's not something I can really change for them.
Yeah. So it seems like you feel that the negative feelings that are being imposed upon you don't come from yourself, they come from outside sources.
Yeah.
And that can be frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay. How were you able to avoid pornography this week, or did you?
No, I did not avoid it.
Right. Because, if you just feel like others are making you feel like you shouldn't, that doesn't necessarily make you feel like you should stop, right? It just makes you feel frustrated and maybe even angry towards them.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Why do you think that your parents and your family members make you feel that shame, or what do you think perhaps a better way to phrase the question would be, why do you think they try and invite you to change?
Well, my first thought is that I've been kind of pessimistic this week. So my first thought would be that they just don't really, they care more about how I look in church or to the bishop than who I really am. And I know that's not exactly true, but that's kind of how I felt. I felt like it's more like checking boxes than just living life, or just allowing ourselves to not hinder ourselves all the time or keep us from what we're naturally inclined to do. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, so you feel frustrated at the fact that the image of it is more what's their concern rather than you as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could definitely understand how that would arouse some feelings of pessimism or frustration.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Can you tell me about a time in your life where you felt that you had this addiction or this inclination to view pornography under control?
Yeah. Probably on my mission. Yeah, definitely I didn't view pornography on my mission. And you're asking how I felt?
Yeah, that would be my next question. Yeah, how did that control that you felt, how did that influence your life? How did you feel during that time?
I felt freer in a way. I felt like I had more time. My thoughts were directed on helping people come closer to God, and I think I felt the Spirit more. So it felt good.
Is that freedom something that you want in your life today? That feeling of being free?
Is that freedom? Yeah, I guess you could say that. That is something that I want.
So you expressed to me, it seems like feelings of kind of responsibility. You talked about serving others. You talked about feeling the Spirit, which means, being in tune with God. How did that responsibility make you feel?
Kind of like you said, in control or free, or I felt proud of myself. Yeah, I felt proud of myself for what I had done. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that that's great. I think that those feelings that you just expressed to me are really great. So let's think about this for a second. We talked about how the imposition of kind of, people trying to encourage you to stop your behavior and to turn off what you naturally feel, we talked about how that was a burden upon you. So on one hand, we have you just continuing to view pornography because it's natural, because it's something that you want to do and it makes you feel better after you do it. So we have that on one hand. So let's say that you just continue with your behavior. What happens? Where do you see your life being if you continue on your path right now?
Of viewing pornography and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess I would feel sad in a way. But at the same time, I just feel like maybe those are just things imposed on me by other people.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that shame is just not me. And maybe I wouldn't actually be happy, or maybe I'm just viewing that off of what people are saying to me.
Yeah, like maybe if you were viewing pornography and nobody even knew about it, your life would just be okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I know that's not fully true. I mean, part of me thinks so, but if no one knew, I probably still wouldn't have that sense of like freedom or those feelings that I had on my mission. I don't think I would have that regardless of if anyone knew. I don't think I would have
It's interesting. Okay, let's talk about the other hand for a second. Let's talk about the feelings of freedom, the feelings of being in tune with God, feeling the Spirit. What happens if you stop viewing pornography? What happens if you find something that helps you overcome pornography? What's your life like?
Probably a lot happier.
Mm.
Yeah, probably a lot happier.
Okay. I think that your observations are very intriguing. I think that they show a lot of how you truly feel. What do you think it was about your mission that gave you the power to stop viewing pornography?
I definitely had motivation to change. I knew it would impact other people. Whether or not I view pornography, I could tell that would affect me serving them, so that was a motivator. And I was very busy, so that was a distraction. Those are probably the biggest things.
Okay, so if I were to sum that up, it seems that when you're turning outward, when you're looking to other people, when you're engaged in something else, that pornography doesn't seem to be quite a temptation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I think, honestly, Carly, I think that you are completely setting your feet on the right path. You are coming for help. You're coming for a different opinion, or even to share your thoughts with someone. You have family that clearly is concerned for your well-being. But you also have your own thoughts. You also have your own experience in believing what will make you happy, because you've experienced it before on your mission, as you've explained to me. I see that these opportunities, these support systems that you have, will be of great support to you. You've kind of talked about them a little bit. You've talked about your mission. You've talked about your family, and how deep down you understand that they do care for you. And I think these are great first steps, and I'm really excited to explore them more. We don't have any more time today, unfortunately, but what would be one thing you'd like to do this week before you come see me next week?
I think I want to kind of look back on my mission and analyze what I felt then. Maybe think about why I might want to change my thinking.
I think that's perfect. And I am so excited to talk more about that next week. All right. Thank you so much, Carla.
Thanks, Sarah.
Okay.